For this problem, we're going to solve a triangle where we're given two sides and one angle. So this is the side-side angle case, which means there are three possibilities. There could be no triangles, one triangle, or two triangles that are formed. To help me figure out which case it is, I have over here a reference. I'm going to draw my angles going A, B, and C in this direction, and then each given side is opposite at a given angle. So with this information, I'm going to first start by trying to draw angle A. And it's 30 degrees. So let's see, a 30-degree angle might be about, maybe something like that. So here's A. But I'm not given C. So I don't know how long this side is, meaning I can't really draw this side out. Maybe as a reference, you could draw I'll just put a dashed line here. But what I do know is B. B is equal to 5, and that's going to be the length of this side. That means I can draw this side. So that is, I'll draw this going up like this, and that is B is equal to 5. And this is my 30-degree angle. The only other given information is A is equal to 6, and that's going to be the side that we're getting over here. Because A, which is 6, is greater than B, which is 5, since A is longer than this side, the only place that A can be drawn is over here. So I'm going to draw in A is equal to 6. And that means we do in fact have one triangle. It'd be impossible to get a second one because if you try to draw a line for A over here, it's going to go past where our angle is constructed. So here it is, the given information on the one triangle that we can solve for. If I fill in the other parts that we don't know, so this is angle B, this is angle C, and this is side C, I need to solve for B, C, and side C. So to start with, I think the first thing we can solve for is the measure of angle B. And I can do this by using the law of sines. So that is A over sine A is equal to B over sine B, because I know all those things except for the measure of angle B. So if I plug in this information, let's see, I'll put in 6 for A. We're taking sine of 30 degrees, and that is equal to B, which is 5, over sine of angle B, which we don't know. To solve this for angle B, I'm going to cross multiply. I'm going to move this to this side and sine of 30 to the other side. And that gives us 6 sine B is equal to 5 sine 30. I'll divide both sides by 6. And what I have is that sine of B is equal to 5 sine 30 over 6. So that is enough to figure out what the measure of angle B is. Now you want to make sure that your calculator is in degree mode, but essentially what I'm going to do is take sine inverse of both sides to get B by itself. And I'm going to completely type this into my calculator. So that is, to figure out B, I'm just going to take the inverse sine function and place this entire quantity inside of it. In fact, you can even, if you're using a graphing calculator, type this as 5 sine of 30 divided by 6. Okay, and if you type this out, okay, we get a decimal. You get 24.6 approximately, and the question asks to round to the nearest degree, which means 25 degrees. So that's rounded, but that's a decent value for this. A decent approximation. Moving along, so we just figured out the measure of angle B. We now want to figure out, well, what is C? And this should be a lot easier because I know all the angles add up to 180 degrees. So if I want to figure out C, I can take 180, subtract off 30 degrees, subtract off 25 degrees, and that will be equal to the measure of angle C. Again, can do this in a calculator. we get the value is 125. So that would be this value here. There is one other piece of information to know, and that is what is the value of the side C. And to figure this out, we can go back to the law of sines. So to figure out side C, I can use A over sine of A is equal to C over sine of angle C. The only thing I don't know at this point is the value of side C. Plugging in our given information, I know A is equal to 6. We're taking sine of 30 degrees. This is equal to C, the thing we don't know, divided by sine of 125. Instead of cross multiplying, I'm just going to take this quantity, multiply it over here, giving me C all by itself. And we have 6 times sine of 125 divided by sine of 30 is equal to the length of side C. Again, you can enter this into your calculator, and it asks to round to 1 decimal place. And when I do that, I get 9.8 is equal to the length of side C. So I'll fill in that value. That was 9.8. And that's it. I figured out the length of side C. I figured out the measure of angle B, and also the measure of angle C. All right, so the takeaway for this problem is when you're dealing with side-side angle, there are 3 possibilities. There could be no triangle, there could be 1 triangle, or possibly 2. The reason that there was only 1 triangle is the length of this side was longer than the length of this side.